Hello and welcome to Thehayteamtv. It is full on raining in Devon, which is good. It's grim, but it's good. It's a change from the mega heat wave we've had, but muchly needed. I just like wander out here with cows. So this is always one of the first areas on our farm to start really scorching. So I'll spin around. So I'm sure people have got way worse than us, but this area here lies on a lot of shillet. If you don't know what shillet is, it's like really stony, fast draining soil. Hey! No one told you to do anything. Anyway, it's fast draining, it drains out real quick, goes dry real quick, and it's kind of like doesn't leave a lot, there's not a lot of topsoil on top. So the sign we got real bad. Obviously, that's where they've grazed recently, but all the fields, they've been hanging in, but they've really needed this. So I'm gonna just stand here in the dry for a second. Rhino! He's vanished off out with the cows. But as I was saying, most of it has been hanging in. There's no bulk to any of the regrowth in most of the fields. Oh, for God's sake. Now the puppy's going for a poo in the shed. Everything happens around here. So, out in the fields, everything that's regrowing has got its leaf up, sort of got itself protected, but it hasn't really been bulking because it hasn't had any moisture. So hopefully with what we've got now, that really gets in and stimulates everything, because obviously we've still got heat in the soil like crazy. Everything's just sort of poof. And then we'll be in for a tidy second cut, I reckon, because regrow's pretty good. There's a couple of fields we've got looking pretty awesome, but they're floodplains, so they kind of permanently stay wet. Anyway, in this grim morning, which, other than being grim, I'm not going to complain about it, I'm going to do the chickens. So, chickens next. So they're out, absolutely pissing down. With the dry weather we've been having, they've been sort of scratching deeper than I personally like, but that's what they decided to do. Eggs, absolutely smashing eggs. And at the moment, we can't sell them fast enough, which is a good thing and a headache at the same time. So we could actually do with another chicken unit already, which isn't bad for a short-term experiment. So they're out. I would have videoed, wait a minute, but it's pissing down rain and I'm trying to rush around rather than get soaked. And even the collie has decided to dive in the corner where the rain can't get him. So he ain't stupid either. So my next job for today is delivery, so have a chat out on there. Large parts through my delivery. It's a bit sad that large parts of Devon, which really could do with rain, haven't had it from what I've driven through. Which is a funny one, really. You would have thought there'd been more rain about, but it seems to be as localised as it's ever been. Obviously we've caught a bit, then there's a great big section I've just driven through which didn't have any, and now I've got the other end and there's been rain again. But there's some areas and it is real dry. What's it all like with you guys? Any of you had any water? Any of you desperate? Got any grass left? Are you feeding hay yet? Also, I've seen images, Ads and I were chatting about it the other day of summer starting to forage maize already, because the maize has got to its like peak point of the plant's growth and it's got to come off, but the plant has only got as far as like 2.5, 3 foot high. That must be an absolute nightmare, especially when you're expecting a pit to be way fuller than that. But the cobs are all there, and else the plant's starting to die back, so it's got to come off. If that's happening to you, again, leave a comment below. Be interesting to hear what's going on around. No better way of learning. But I'm going to drop this off, and in a second, as I drive in, it's one of my favourite places to deliver, because it's like agricultural mecca up here. And it's agricultural mecca because, one, you have an absolute monster of a cattle or stock market, cattle market, whatever you would call it there. I'm just picking up something I've ordered. But we've got Vincent, Kubota, Caernarvon. There's one down there that we just don't talk about. It's green and yellow. We have New Holland. And we have a giant feed mill. And then we have Coles, JCB, Crone. Simon's not going to be happy with that one. Another feed shop. And Lele. So I'm here because I met someone to buy that. And you know what that means? Bull is in full flesh, so Teddy. If you all want to know a bit of a secret, HRS is getting a bit of his mojo back. So he is filming stuff with his camera and is very much getting a bit of his mojo back. Don't be on screen yet, but I can't think we're going to be too far away. Anyway, front mower's going on well, as obviously did have a burnt over clutch. I haven't got back to, we'll chat in a minute and I'll show where everything went wrong. And at the same time, what the water meadows are actually like. What we should really do is get a swing shovel in and just level the pesky things. That's what we should do. But to this moment so far, right, another field. Just watch me fold my nose up a second. And then no time at all. Unfold them again. Someone's got a bit of fencing here since last time, wasn't it? This field is red, not open. Gate on it. Just so you know what I'm on about. So I've got nice new wood gating. Looks very nice, very nice. So no matter how many times I lift my mowers up and down, I still forget from time to time which way I have my limbs. This is almost the sole thing I drive on summer.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end, no, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, and when I'm gone, I'll be like this, the close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
So at the moment, I'm going through a serious amount of molehill. At the top of the field where I was a second ago, it was even worse. I don't think the camera quite does it justice, but if you see the dust behind me, what's going on in my bonnet at the moment is nuts. Well, I've got the wrong mount now. So, sheer amount of moles everywhere. Also, on some of the footage you saw a minute ago, I was having to slow down, so some of this has gone a little bit over, so a little bit over in two ways. Obviously some grasses have died off a bit, which making hay actually helps. Not the most top quality hay, but it helps drying it, that is. But some of it's also died over, and with the rain that we had the other day, it's gone flat on the floor, so I was having to slow down and pick it up. Because even though we don't have conditioners anymore, and conditioners aren't the be all and end all, apart from conditioning the grass to help dry it or wilt it faster, what the conditioner also does is it's constantly keeping your bed clean. So it's picking off, you cut a bar and picking it off the top and constantly moving it through. Now, if this is lied over sometimes and you're having to slow down to get a good cut on what's gone flat and it's over thick, if you can't get the speed to push it through, basically the mowers can get a little bit choked up and then that really slows shit down. So got through that, and now, as you notice, on dust here, I'm back through going through the mole traps. Not actual mole traps, but like mole hills, which are like mower traps, if that makes sense. It's one of those things. In my head, I always know what I'm on about, but not necessarily everyone else does. So this here is where I basically burnt out the PO clutch on the front mower. Now, I went this way, and what I should have done was cut that side and that side. So I don't know if you guys can see that it goes down there and then up there, right? So this would be a water gutter going up this way, up behind me, and through this field there are bunches of them. Now, no matter how you set the front mower up, the back mower, so as I come down here and go up there, I have my front mower set on the links in its normal cutting place, which is 8, okay, and it goes up to 10. As I get there, I have to lift it up on the links so it's got full travel of its own suspension, and at the same time it's got the full travel of what it would be fully up on the links to get up over that, whilst the back ones are also doing similar things coming down the back, but they also float at the back better. Okay, now unfortunately they didn't rise fast enough as the back one's going down. Now think about it, as I said, should have cut that way and then cut that way, and then it wouldn't have happened. So I would have gone this side, that side, going that way rather than that way, and then I wouldn't have done it. But you can see the soil there if I go a little bit closer. So that's where I dug in and burned it out. I am on the second to last field, first cut of 2022. Ads is tedding, he's literally right behind me. he's back in the fields that I was just at. But it won't be long until I see him appear here. So, second last field of second cut. As is pretty much right behind me. He's in the last field that I was in. But it's not going to take him very long to get in. He'll appear in a minute. So, hopefully I can just get rid of these last two fields. Then, these mowers are going to have the blades all changed. Whether I change them round or change completely, we'll see what the blades like. And then we'll be ready for second cut. Which is not going to be for a little while, I'm not going to lie. Bloody hell, there's a hole there and it goes on. I wasn't expecting. But yeah, we'll see how it all goes for second cut. Everything looks a little bit more obvious and you can see more when things are cut. When grass is long it just all looks like it merges together. But it is an absolute pain in the ass over it. But again, thank you for joining Thehayteamtv. Hope you've enjoyed watching. If you haven't yet done so, please subscribe. That'd be awesome. Ring the bell, give a thumbs up. Also thumbs up, to be honest. But again, thank you very much for watching. If you want to see any more of us, you can find us on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. But until the next one, have a fantastic day, week, whatever you're doing.